This is a tutorial for how to create a line graph on the Logger Pro software for physics. You will first need to make sure that you have the Logger Pro software downloaded onto your device. You can do so by going to Blackboard, into the physics class, and to the software tab, and the instructions will be there. Once you have the software on your device, go to the Start menu, All Apps, scroll down till you get to the Vernier folder, open it up, and click on the software. When you have the software open, you'll have a data set and a graph appearing. You will need to type the data manually in to the software. So if I type in my data, you will see as you type the data points in, the points will appear on the graph. Now what you need to do is format the graph. To be able to do that, I'm going to click on the body of my graph, and I need to give it a title. So I'm going to go to Options, Graph Options, and I'm going to type a title in. My title is going to be what's on the vertical axis, which I have position data, versus what is on the horizontal axis, which I have time data, and the title appears. Now I will need titles on each of the axes. To do that, I'm going to click on Data, Column Options. I'm going to go to the vertical column first and type in. So on the vertical, I had position. My symbol for position is an X, so I'm going to type an X there. My units are meters, and that appears on the vertical axis. I'm going to go to Data again to do the horizontal axis, Column Options, X. Now I have time. My symbol would be T, and my units would be seconds. Now that appears on the x-axis. The last thing I will need to do is to place a trend line on here. If you have a trend line that's going to be a curve, you'll need to choose the f of x curve fit. If it's a line, you will need to choose the R, the linear fit. I have what looks like a curve, so I'm going to go f of x. I'm going to choose an option that's going to give me a curve, and you may have to try different options to see what works. I'm going to try the fit. That gives me a nice fit to my data points. So I'm going to click OK. It appears on the graph, and I have the equation for that curve. Now, if you're doing a lab report, you're going to need to copy and paste this graph into your lab report. So I'm going to right-click. I'm going to copy the graph. I'm going to open a Word document. I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to paste the graph wherever I need it in my lab report. This is how you create a graph in the Logger Pro software. Ponder Physics.